Did you write an article entitled "It's Hard to Take Impeachment Seriously Now"?
Yes, I did write that
and
article.
in that article,
back in,
did you
back
write?
in
Did you
May
write?
of
Hold on, I'm limited on time. So,
2019, I wrote
did you
that
write
article.
since the
like let me answer
2018
the question,
midterm
sir?
election, House Democrats have made it painfully clear that discussing impeachment is primarily or even exclusively a tool to weaken President Trump's chances in 2020. Did you write those words?
Until this call in July 25th, I was an impeachment skeptic. The
Very
call
well.
changed my mind, sir, and for
Thank
good
you. I
reason.
appreciate your testimony, Professor Carlin. You gave $2,000, or you gave $1,000 to Elizabeth Warren, right?
I believe so.
You gave $1,200 to Barack Obama,
I have no reason to question that.
and you gave $2,000 to Hillary Clinton.
That's correct.
Why so much more for Hillary than the other two?
Because I've been giving a lot of money to charity recently because of all of the poor people in the United States.
Well, those aren't the only folks you've been given to. Now, have you ever been on a podcast called Versus Trump?
I think I was on a live panel that the people who ran the podcast called Versus Trump.
On that, do you remember saying the following? Liberals tend to cluster more. Conservatives, especially very conservative people, tend to spread out more, perhaps because they don't even want to be around themselves. Did you say that?
Yes, I did.
Do you understand how that reflects contempt on people who are conservative?
No, what I was talking about there was the natural tendency, if you put the quote in context, the natural tendency of a compactness requirement to favor a party whose voters are more spread out.
Well,
and I do not have contempt
hold on.
for
Again,
conservatives.
I'm
and I
very
do not have
limited on
contempt
time,
for
Professor. And so I just have to say, when you talk about how liberals want to be around each other and cluster, and conservatives don't want to be around each other, and so they have to spread out, it makes people, you may not see this from, like the ivory towers of your law school, but it makes actual people in this country
When
feel
the
like,
president
excuse
calls
me, you don't get to interrupt me on this time. Now, let me also suggest that when you invoke the president's son's name here, when you try to make a little joke out of referencing Barron Trump, that does not lend credibility to your argument. It makes you look mean. It makes you look like you're attacking someone's family, the minor child of the President of the United States. So let's see if we can get into the facts. To all of the witnesses, if you have personal knowledge of a single material fact in the Schiff report, please raise your hand. And let the record reflect. No personal knowledge of a single fact. And you know what? That continues on the tradition that we saw from Adam Schiff, where Ambassador Taylor could not identify an impeachable offense. Mr. Kent never met with the president. Fiona Hill never heard the president reference anything regarding military aid. Mr. Hale was unaware of any nefarious activity with aid. Colonel Vindman even rejected the new Democrat talking point that bribery was invoked here. Ambassador Volker denied that there was a quid pro quo, and Mr. Morrison said there was nothing wrong on the call. The only direct evidence came from Gordon Sondland, who spoke to the President of the United States, and the President said, "I want nothing. No quid pro quo." And you know what? If wiretapping a political opponent's an impeachable offense, I look forward to reading that Inspector General's report, because maybe it's a different president we should be impeaching.
So that was a little throwback to the sham impeachment hearing that Democrats had against President Trump. I don't know if it was the first impeachment sham or the second impeachment sham, but it makes it very clear, okay, when you listen to the line of questioning that Matt Gaetz was getting into here, it makes it very clear that this impeachment wasn't about anything real. It was only about trying to destroy Trump and trying to make him appear weaker at that point going in to the 2020 general election. They love to say that he was twice impeached. They love to say that, President Trump, left the Oval Office in disgrace, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But the impeachment was nothing more than a political sham done by the Democrat hack jobs in order to denigrate President Trump. This is what all people know right now. And plus, when you look at the fact that this stuff was based on, the Schiff report, when a lot of this stuff was based on the Steele dossier and the Russian collusion and all of this other stuff, when you compare that to what's going on right now, whereas we know that Hunter Biden was basically currying favor and selling access to Joe Biden when he was vice president to foreign governments. We have fact after fact after fact that says that, yes, this did in fact happen. And now you have the left telling you that, this is a witch hunt. Sound familiar?